What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, what I have in my hands here are the new Auxbeam H4 series 7000 lumen LED upgrade for my Hyundai Tucson. I have a 2009 Hyundai Tucson with the regular bulbs, and Auxbeam was kind enough to send me out these new LED upgrades that take my regular bulbs, which are probably, I don't even know how many lumens they are, maybe 1,000, 2,000 lumens, up to 7,000 lumens with these LEDs. Now these LEDs, they require what they call a CAN bus. They call it a CAN bus driver. So it's like this dongle that attaches to this LED, and it's pretty simple to install. I'll literally show you how fast you could do this. They're not too difficult, at least on my model of Hyundai Tucson. So let's go ahead and install these suckers real quick. I'll show you what it looks like before with the stock headlamps, and then an after shot with the new LEDs, with the 7,000 lumen LEDs. Alright, so for my car, 10mm bolts. You got two bolts, one here and one here. Just unplug the main connector in the back. Just squeeze it. There you go. Alright, once you get these 10mm bolts out, the whole housing just pops right out. There you go. You see that little interface right there? It friction locks right into there. You just have to overpower that friction and it comes right out. Alright, so on this model, you'll have to take the dust cover off. Inside here, to remove the bulb, there is a locking spring. Just push down and to the side, and that spring comes right off, and there goes your original bulb, your glass bulb. Wiggle this thing off just like that, and that comes right out, no problem. Your LED and your driver will have to be connected. There's a 3-prong connector right here, so you can't get it wrong. It's just a matter of lining it up, screwing it together, hand tight. So now your LED and your driver are connected. You got 3 tabs, like I said, on this specific model. 2 of the big tabs on the bottom and 1 tab on the top. Just line it up, just like that. Then your spring goes right around it. There you go. So you push the spring down and to the side, just like you did when you got it out. Locked in there nice and tight. There's a fan right here to keep those LEDs cool. Now this original connector connects right up to your driver. It's a 3-prong kind of setup, so you can't screw it up. So some downsides to going with this setup: yes, you upgrade to 7,000 lumens, but you'll have this big dongle driver hanging out of the housing. So if that's an issue for you, you're not going to be able to use this if you're worried about water getting in here. But I live in the desert, so I'm not worried about water getting in here. Plus my car's pretty watertight up here. And then once this is connected, you just put everything back in. Remember that interface on the bottom? You just tap it in, just like that. Put your bolts in. And don't forget to reconnect your main power cord. You'll hear it click, just like that. You're all set. Alright, so as you can see, this housing has a rubber gasket right here. And it's pretty big, and it's pretty tight around the body and the hood. So it should be fairly watertight. And then the actual opening for the housing right there for the light, I don't know if you guys can even see that. It's tucked away pretty far back in there, so I don't think a lot of water is going to splash in here. I'll spray some water on here and see how watertight this thing is. Alright, so let's simulate some rain. Okay, let's simulate a hurricane. Alright, so as you can see there, the gasket's held up pretty well. The LED is completely dry. There's no water spraying on the LED. You probably can't see it on this angle here. But yeah, the LED is completely dry. And again, I live in Las Vegas. I'm in the desert, so I'm not too worried about a lot of water. But if you do live in a wet area, you might want to figure out a way to seal that up somehow. But I'm not worried about it. And if you notice here too, I'm running Auxbeam's 12-inch LED light bar on my little Hyundai as well. You know, when I go out into the desert and stuff, gives a lot more light compared to the headlights. And I got it mounted to this universal license plate mini bull bar. I got this on Amazon as well, so it just replaces your license plate. So wow, that is significantly brighter. It looks like I have to adjust the beam pattern just a little bit on the right. It's a little high, but it's enough to get the test done. But as you can see, the intensity is definitely brighter. It does have a nice cutoff there, halfway up the windshield, so it doesn't blind people down the road. That's important. Sometimes these cheaper LEDs, they'll just have a big blob of light that's really tall. You do not want a tall beam pattern. You want it to be intense and then have a distinct cutoff like you see right here, so you don't blind people as you drive down the road. Wow, definitely can see a lot more, especially to the sides. I like that. I feel a little bit safer when you can see a wider beam pattern to the sides. My field of view seems brighter and wider. I like that. Now there's that brick wall we saw earlier, and yep, as you can see, the beam pattern looks pretty good out here. This is the open desert, by the way. They're building new houses out here in the desert. Let's go drive around back here just so you can kind of get an idea of how bright these things are. This is the low beam, and there's the high beam. Wow, that high beam is definitely high. That is awesome. Nice. Look how far this thing can see. Look at that. Let's zoom out there. That's impressive. That's the high beams. So there's your low beams, nice and wide. High beams, you know what I like about these high beams? They're centered, nice and hot right down the middle, and that's what you want. At least that's what I want. And then when you go to driving lights, regular low beam driving lights, boom, nice and wide. That's cool. Very cool. I love it. Alright, so here is the low beam. There's your high beam, intense down the middle. And here is the 12-inch light bar that I added. Wow, look at that. Look how wide that is. That's impressive. This is really good for off-road. And you can only use it off-road. It's not meant for driving. If you go on the street, you'll blind somebody with this thing. So low beams, and then the light bar. Look how wide that field of view is, and the hot spot down the middle. Let's take a look outside. Wow, that is awesome. That little 12-inch light bar really puts out some light. Look at that. And there it is right there. Like I said, you definitely don't want to drive on city streets with this light bar on. But when you're off-road, out in the woods, out in the desert, whatever, man, that's impressive. Alright guys, if you guys want to buy these LED upgrades for your car, just hit the link below. That'll take you to Amazon. I am an affiliate, and you could either buy the Hyundai Tucson LEDs, or you could just use the link to jump all over Amazon in general and just browse around using my link to find the LEDs for your car. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Please hit that like button to support my channel. I appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. And leave a comment below. Let me know what you think about Auxbeam LEDs. I think these are pretty cool. Definitely affordable. Good for guys on a budget. but very good performers for sure. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.